Now, 20-something years ago, I decided I was going to leave the wildlife in California and move to Minnesota, where I could partake in some of that Midwestern wholesomeness and make an attempt at a moral and upstanding life. After arriving in Minneapolis, home of the legendary Minnesota Vikings and Minnesota Twins, I immediately acquired a position as a live-in painter maintenance man at a beautiful garden apartment village. Most of the folks that lived there looked like they were past retirement age with their white hair and pasty skin, and a few of them suspected that I might be one of those young anarchists trying to destroy everything they held so dear, like maybe playing bingo or going to polka dancing on Saturday night. Well, I settled into living that same exciting lifestyle, and on one warm weekend afternoon while building my custom van, I ran out of screws and figured I'd just ride my motorcycle down to the local screw store and pick up a few dozen or so. There's nothing like the freedom of a motorcycle to cut the oppressive, humid air of midsummer Minnesota, especially if you're wearing just a t-shirt, shorts, and tennis shoes. Soon after I arrived at my destination, I pulled into the parking lot and was busy parking my bike when I looked over my shoulder and saw a police car with flashing red lights. Now, I couldn't imagine why he would want to pull me over. I was sure I obeyed all the known traffic laws pertaining to wild California boys trying to become upstanding model citizens in the Midwestern heartland paradise. The young rookie policeman got out of his car, and as he approached me, he asked to see my driver's license and registration as I searched nervously in my pocket for my wallet. And he also informed me that he pulled me over because I wasn't wearing sunglasses. Sunglasses? Even though that was probably the most absurd thing I had ever heard in my life and felt I needed to question such a law, he and I became more concerned that I didn't bring my wallet along. So I proposed to him that he follow me back home and I would present it to him immediately upon arrival. He didn't think so. But then in his polite Minnesota rookie demeanor, he suggested he drive me there himself, just as his supervising sergeant pulled up in his car with his red lights flashing and with the large dog barking in the back seat. So now there I stood in front of two police cars with their red lights flashing, a dog barking in the back seat, and with a crowd of about 10 people or so gathering around to see me, the hardened criminal biker being busted, all because I wasn't wearing sunglasses. Even though just 1 minute before the young rookie was going to let me ride right up in front with him like the good upstanding person I was, that all changed when the scrutinizing eye of his sergeant made him reflect a little on procedure. He apologized and told me I'd have to sit in the back seat, and understanding the pressure of upper management and the need to do all things by the book, I complied graciously. He then remembered that he needed to frisk me and handcuff me before he could politely place me in the cage in the back seat. Finally, we were ready. I was effectively frisked, handcuffed, and placed in the car as 20 onlookers watched as we drove away in those two police cars with red lights flashing, a dog barking in the back seat, all because I wasn't wearing sunglasses. Arriving at the old folks' garden apartment village, many of the old-timers were out trying to catch a few rays, and most of them had their eyes fixed on my entourage as we approached, confirming many of their suspicions that I actually was the wayward, rebellious anarchist set on doing evil. Once home, I was able to show my proper paperwork and, of course, sign my tickets for no registration, no driver's license, and, of course, no sunglasses. A few weeks later, I appeared in court before the judge and pleaded guilty to all 3 counts levied against me for not adhering to the laws of the land. After being penalized with a fine of $50, I politely asked the judge one thing that I had on my mind for the last few weeks: why I had to wear sunglasses in Minnesota. He simply replied, "Because we have bugs here." So a few weeks later, I moved back to California, where they don't have a lot of bugs and you don't have to wear sunglasses, even though everyone does.